two brilliant teachers, Gunnar and Anita. So they will be in charge of the guided tour, so please pay attention to them, and this will be a nice walk. And it starts here and it ends here. So we'll do a round and then we'll be back here in some time.
Yeah.
Yes.
2 hours.
More or less 2 hours. Okay?
Yeah. Hello. So there will be a little bit, unfortunately, a little bit of talking in the beginning, but then there will be less talking and more walking. So we start here and go out on the Bryggen, and then we are going a little bit up in the hillside. Håkon granted the city a monopoly around 1100. So this gave the tradesmen a monopoly to trade fish from northern part of the Norway to rest of Europe. So monopoly is a very nice thing to have for tradesmen. So the city withdrew out of that. And this shed is a copy of a shed that stood here at the Bryggen from 1360 and onwards, all around to 1800s. And if you can see old pictures from the area here, you will see a lot of these kinds of sheds and a lot of these cranes that were used to hoist fish from the ships. And you will also see all Vågen would be filled by ships. So there's a lot of traffic here. This particular shed was also used to negotiate and settle prices in the 18th century. So it's sort of the first stock exchange. That established themselves here. This was called the Hanseatic League, or the Hansa. And Bergen became one of the largest centers for trade in that period. And then people from Germany, they worked there, and they had separate quarters here. And that's the part of the inhabitants of Bergen would be Germans. So Bryggen became a sort of stake in the state because they had substantial power. So the first town hall was just around the corner. Largest city of Norway, and would remain that until the 1830s. So we are very proud of that part of the history. Well, how do you
I was just thinking about the royalty and kings and queens. You know that in Norway we still have a royal family, but of course their status has changed. They have no real power anymore. They're just symbols for us to be proud of. Of course, the royal families in the early days, it was very important for kings and queens or princes and princesses to get married, to build strong forces. And nowadays, young royals can choose their spouses, and there are some interesting choices, I think,
Yeah.
in the Norwegian royal family. Like our princess, she married a poet. They are now separated, and her boyfriend now is a shaman. Yes, so she makes some interesting choices. And our prince, the king to be, Håkon Magnus, he married an ordinary girl. You know, very ordinary. She had a kind of a daring past. She was a party girl.
And he also built the wall around to protect the center here. So his son Magnus got married here and it was a nice little party with some 2,000 people attending. But when Norway fell under Denmark, the hall was starting in a decline. So later it was used as a storage and it was used for many purposes. And in 1944 it was a terrible accident happening here in the Borgen because there was a ship loaded with
a lot of destruction. And as Gunnar said, in this area there were around about 4 or 5 massive churches. But this one has survived. It's called the Church of Mary, but it had a nickname. It was called the German Church, because this is always the Germans, you know. The Germans are a part of our history, and the Hansa, they used this church, and they also liked to show off their wealth, you know, their money. So they bought a lot of artifacts and expensive things to show off their might, their power. So these artifacts were brought from Western Germany. There is a small churchyard here, and if you look at the names, you will notice that the names
mayor of Bergen, so their fortune was based on maybe. Yeah, that's good. So also this part of road was the road that the farmers from Åsane. Our school is in Åsane. That was farmland before. So there were lots of people coming this way with their farm with eggs and milk and meat and everything, and would sell it in the market and would go back this. So there were a lot of people anxious to help them to get rid of the money on their way back. So that's why also there was a lot of liquor stores, and way out in that direction there was an inn called the Last Shilling. So they might be spending their last money. But we will not go that way, we will try to go this way and maybe, yeah, because it's very nice area, city. And in the just 100 or so years ago, more or less all of the city would be wooden. So you could imagine that it's very easy to catch fire and for fires to spread, and it did. So there have been severe major fires in Bergen all of the history, and nearly all of the center has burned several times. So eventually they started to build in brick, so and they also started to enlarge the streets so the fires would not catch on and so on. But it took hundreds of years, and rebuilding and rebuilding and rebuilding. So this is part of our history. So in 1901 this was established along with several other fire stations. And the guard would be standing on duty. He would not be allowed to sit down because maybe he could fall asleep. So we would stand and look out. And they were the first to discover the Great Fire of 1916. But they couldn't do much about it, so the whole of the center burnt down, and the center got much of the streets got rearranged.